Start recording and
he killed his father because of a curse on his people, betraying his family in search of the truth, awakening the evil behind the curse. Now they must race to save their people or die trying.
what's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze today?
Ooh, today in the House of Craze, we're going to have Lawrence F. Colson. He is the writer of, he's the writer of a very good book that is put out by, oh man, here it goes, Autocracy Studios. Autocracy Studios, yes. And we're going to be talking about marketing and, getting your stuff ready for that crowdfunding campaign. So stay tuned.
Are you ready? Let's do it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze.
Welcome to Catch the Craze Podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina. What's happening, Sam?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Not much, dog. Not much. Just chillax and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. We have a very good show for you guys today. I could barely pronounce the name of the studio that's coming on. Autocracy. I'm getting better. Lawrence F. Colson is going to be on. He's going to be talking about his book that's being printed through that imprint, and we will be talking about some stuff that you guys may want to know about, a little bit marketing, just how far ahead should you be marketing your crowdfunding campaigns.
Yeah. Yes.
And what are some of the things that you should be doing, I guess? You know what I mean? We've done a few. We're not experts, but, some things have worked, some things haven't. So we will discuss. That's what we do.
Yes, we would do. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already and you're new to this channel, please subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get that algorithm to working. Get some comments below. We need to show YouTube that we're an active and growing channel. We're just not a fly-by-night, coming through the town and leaving. We're here to stay. So we need you to help us grow. So do that. And damn, I'm glowing. I got to. There you go. That's better. Woo! That light was bright. Pretty late. I was like Gizmo. I was like,
You're a gremlin, bro. Yeah. Oh man,
crazy.
Yes. Make sure that you do subscribe. Hit the bell so that you get any kind of alerts when we're coming on the show as well. So yeah, no, that's good. So with that out of the way, what do we got going on? It's October 22nd. It's crazy because we didn't even talk about the New York Comic Con because I don't know what happened at the New York Comic Con. I have no idea.
Fangu.
I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, Fangu.
But we're getting close. We're getting close to Halloween.
Halloween.
We're getting close to Halloween. It's the end
It's
of the
close
year.
to midnight.
Right,
Something
that's right.
evil's lurking through the dark.
Right. But after Halloween and the week right after Halloween,
Whoa.
you are going to be doing what, Sam? What should people be doing on November 1st?
The day after Halloween.
Yeah. What
So
should
when
they
you
do
wake up,
in el Dia de los Muertos, what should they do?
yes, when you wake up from that Halloween costume party, when you wake up the next day from the trick or treating, and you got that sour belly from all the goodies, and you got that rumble in the jungle, and you're like, man, but you got that bag full of quarters and pennies and single-dollar bills, and you add it up. Take that money, go over to Kickstarter or Indiegogo, whatever is your poison, and pledge to Forbidden.
Boom.
Boom.
Done.
Shake the
That's
room. What?
That's it. Listen, anybody who's watching this show, there are no more excuses.
No excuses.
Oh, I'm an Indiegogo person. Psych. Oh, nah, I only Kickstarter. Psych. There will be one for each of you.
What?
An Indiegogo person,
What?
here, pledge. If you're a Kickstarter person, pledge.
What?
It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It's open to both.
That's it,
BOFE,
man. Yeah,
both.
boat.
Now both.
What you call it, boat? Yes, it's now it's like so. There is no more argument. Yo, I want to back you, but you know what? I don't support Kickstarter. Oh, I want to back you, but I don't support Indiegogo. All right, now I'm on both. Oh, well, you know what? I want to back you, but there's this UFO hovering over my house, and I gotta evacuate. It's like, here's your opportunity to get your hands, and it isn't like I'm gonna play any games. So it's not like you could only get this one item on Kickstarter that you can't get on Indiegogo. You can get the same exact thing, but I know some people prefer one over the other. So when I did the campaign for Kickstarter, I did just a catch-up campaign on Indiegogo, and it was just too long for me. It was just a long trail. So right now they're both starting at the same time. They're both ending at the same time. And, we're going to do a live launch November 1st. Join me November 1st in George, 8 p.m. in Anibal Arroyo, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's really 7 p.m. Central Time. And, let's pop it off and let's see, who's got the bigger pockets for Indiegogo or Kickstarter? Which crew is the bigger crew?
Right. Who's got the most followers here?
Yeah.
Indiegogo or Kickstarter?
What's
Let's
up?
see what's happening. It's the battle of the crowdfunding campaign.
Battle of the network stars.
Here we go. Let's see who's got the most backers.
Yeah.
So
Plitz's Crackers.
that's coming. It's gonna be Forbidden Week. It's basically Forbidden Week because you have Monday and then we're back live on Wednesday, and then that same show on Wednesday re-airs on Friday. So it's Forbidden Week, November 1st, and so be there to help my boy over here with his book, Forbidden, issue number 2. Now, in that issue, you're also going to get the option to get all 3 books in one.
Trace.
Books, I mean, issue 0, issue 1, issue 2, all in one trade paperback. So you're going to have that option. You're also going to have the option of getting just issue number 2. If you already got all the first 2 and you want issue number 2, then that's all you get. That's cool. That's cool. It is what it is. And then just share it.
Yeah,
share it with your friends.
What's great is that where is this dang thing? Hold on. Go hello for David. Is this? Is this he? Is he? Yes, it is. What's great is that let's open this up. Boom, and let's show it to you. So there it is. You have the cover for Forbidden issue number 2. And that cover was done by Anibal Arroyo, and the cover hovering over George's face is the homage cover, the limited edition. Well, it's not over your face, it's over your box. And the limited edition homage cover by yours truly. And this is the homage to Kingdom Come by Alex Ross. And that is Sin. And there's only 100 copies of this. And it'll come with a certificate of authenticity and signed and numbered. So here's your opportunity, whether you're Indiegogo or Kickstarter. That's interesting. I limited it to 100 copies. But they're on both platforms.
They run out, man.
Yeah, so when I said,
you have to have limits.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change it to 50 copies on each, so I don't hurt myself later down the road and like, yo, there's 120. It's like, oh, it's almost 100. Anyway, so here it is, the limited edition. So you get your choice of the standard cover or the homage cover or both. And we're launching live November 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on Twitch. We'll be on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We're going to get busy. So it's going to be dope. So join us there. And I'll also be streaming live on Instagram as well. I might do it on TikTok simultaneously as well. Try to bring in another audience. So, and we'll be on Twitter live streaming as well. So we're going to be on multiple platforms, getting busy, and we hope that you join us there. It's going to be fun.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be great, man. Yeah, Forbidden Week. So get ready for that.
It's a test.
Good time. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man. I'm excited.
No. And with that said, why don't we talk a little bit more about some marketing options or some marketing?
Options. Are you saying you got the sniffles?
Yeah.
It's time for your medicine.
Marketing timetable, crowdfunding campaigns.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about
yeah.
that. Before we get into that, do you remember that time you were on that show and you pretended to throw up? That was fun.
That was dope. I'm actually gonna use that footage of just me because they only had me. They didn't blow it up. Like, they didn't have me on the center screen. They had me in a little box, which is crazy. They should have just put me on the main screen because that was Oscar worthy, bro.
No, because I would have thrown up. You couldn't have you. You couldn't have you in that big screen, bro. You could not have you in that big screen because people watching would have been throwing up.
Yeah, people got sick. People were like,
people would have been throwing up. I'm just saying. So they could not have you on the bigger screen.
Tarantino. Yo, that was Oscar worthy. My performance was extra.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's a show called Pitches Be Crazy.
Pitches Be Crazy.
Pitches Be Crazy. And it's a show where basically
you crazy.
Basically, if you have a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding campaign, you go on that show and you pitch your campaign. The person with the best pitch, and they make you do crazy things. Like in that particular one that Sam was on, you had to pretend you were throwing up.
Yes.
One of them was you had to pretend you had diarrhea or something.
I had to do an elevator pitch to somebody while having to go to the bathroom and try to hold it. It was last minute. It was like an hour before they went live. They needed a filler, and so I got this DM, and forgot her name. She hit me up. She goes, "Hey, you're interested?" I was like, "Sure." So then she patched me on through another person, and she's like, "How are you with improv?" I was like, I don't know. I was like, shit. So then I was like, yo, this is like, now it's like half hour before I go on, and I didn't have time to research the show. So I was like, improv. So I ran upstairs and I just got a bunch of wigs and hats, and I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna put like a carrot top or something. And so I ran back downstairs, and next thing you know, they started this. And I was up against two other creators who had really amazingly successful campaigns. They were in the thousands, 20,000, 10,000. And me, I'm in the hundreds, right? So I'm like, wait, hold on. And the prize is $50 that they pledged to your campaign. Mm. So once I got in there and I saw that I was the underdog. I came in last minute. I was a filler. These guys were already in there, right? And I was a bench warmer. They say, yo, get in the game. I was like, oh, I didn't even get to practice, right? So, but when I seen I was going up against the big leagues, I said, no, I'm taking that $50. I don't care what I got to do. And I said, they don't need the money. They got $20,000 they raised on their campaign. It's on like Donkey Kong. So I just switched. There was just like that mental switch in my head that you ain't losing, Sam, because I will beat you. And that's when I went in. It was fun.
Oh, man, yes. Pitches Be Crazy. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, definitely go on YouTube, search Pitches Be Crazy. It's a really funny show. And but anyway, that segues right into what we're talking about. So when you are your marketing timetable for a crowdfunding campaign, right? You are going to have to do some of these shows to get the word out, to get people talking about your product. And some of these shows, you are probably going to have to book them way in advance. Now, this one happened to be like you were just a filler, like, yo, dude, an hour before it came on.
I was an afterthought.
And that will happen. And
I was packing. I was in the middle of packing for my move to Texas. And then I stopped what I was doing and I jumped in. And I was like, all right, well, yeah.
Was it like a Saturday night or something? It was like
it was like, it became a series of things. All of a sudden that weekend, everyone was booking me. So I was on the Raging Cajun. I was on Pitches Be Crazy. I got on, I forgot the other. I was like, but I was taking anything and everything to promote.
That's right. Because that's what you got to do, right? You have a marketing. It's almost like releasing an album and now you got to go on this tour.
Yes.
to promote the fact that you have this album out. It basically is what a crowdfunding campaign is. But prior to even launching the campaign, like, let me ask you a question, Sam. What amount of time do you think is a good amount of time to start promoting your campaign?
I think you don't want to be the extreme short time window will be no less than 30 days, but as much time as you can. So you don't want to go. You need at least 4 weeks. But optimal, I would say 3 months. For me, I would say 3 months for every campaign. Promote 3 months in advance. It was like, for instance, when the whole Forbidden thing, I already said that this year there's going to be 3 issues of Forbidden. I kept talking about it. And so when this campaign ends and everybody got their books, it's the advertisements in the book for the next campaign. And so I have a good 7 weeks to promote the campaign. I've been promoting it for November 1st when the other campaign ended. Right, so I've been talking about it, posting this November 1st, so sign up to my newsletter. So it's really, so while I was doing the campaign, I'm talking about the next campaign. But if you're coming out the gates, you want at least 3 months. You don't want less than 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, that means you really got to hustle. In 4 weeks, you really have to have a team to help you hustle. Because if you're doing it yourself, you're gonna burn yourself out. But if you really want to do it and not burn yourself out, the 3 months and more will never hurt.
Yeah, I definitely think that you need to have a good amount of time, and I think 3 months is a good amount of time to promote the fact that the Kickstarter is coming out. Now, part of that promotion is having a launch page. So if you have a launch page, make sure that you are guiding everybody to that launch page so that they know that in 3 months, this guy or this young woman or whoever it is coming out with a Kickstarter campaign. And that part of it is also should be added into your timetable, because now you got to remember, you're putting this Kickstarter together, right? You have 3 months, okay? So before those 3 months, you may want to start building your page and get it approved by Kickstarter or by Indiegogo, whoever you're doing it, so that you can start, designing it. So you have time to design. So you're not designing the day before you're about to launch. You're designing stuff. You want to have in your mind, okay, what are some of the tiers? What are some of the rewards that I want to have in this campaign? But all of that has to be done months in advance so that, you're ready. Also, I think one of the biggest things too is make sure your product is ready, man. Like, make sure it's good to go. It's not something that, and some people can get away with it. Some people can wait for the money, and people will wait for the months and months and months after the campaign has ended. They may wait, and they may even go and, pledge to another Kickstarter they're doing. The little guys sometimes don't have the luxury of time. Sometimes if you don't send your book out to your people in a good amount of time, they may not, pledge again.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing. It's like for instance, like this campaign ended, my guarantee was you're going to get it in September. Everyone's getting it in September. If you're saying that this is the month you're going to do it, you have that whole month. That's why they say
you're projected. So I like, for instance, the second campaign, November 1st, it's projected to be delivered to you
January, right? Because it ends December. So it gives me 30 days with the printers, getting everything printed, because the book's ready. It's just getting it printed and collecting the money from Kickstarter. So if it ends November 30th or December 1st, I'm not getting that money till December 14th, 15th. Send it to the printers. 2 weeks, that time of year, maybe 3 weeks. I get it back. It's a 48-hour turnaround for me. All depends. If we break a record, I haven't been able to pass 58 backers. So with 58 backers, it's a 48-hour window. If it's more than that, probably 72-hour window. All depends. So as soon as I get it, I start working on it and getting it out to you guys. So it's just but it's the one thing with marketing is you want to make sure that you deliver on the expectation on the dates that you've guaranteed, and because that's also brand recognition. People know that it's a credible, reputable brand. That you are credible, you're reputable, and that you're giving them everything they expected from you.
Yeah, don't give them another reason to turn you down. You know what I mean? Oh,
Right.
doesn't finish. You know, they have plenty of reasons not to buy your book. Don't give them just another. Don't give them another reason.
Right.
You know, I think that for me, I you know, and even for us, Sam, like we have another Kickstarter at the beginning of next year, which is the Crazies, right? And we've told people, you know, in January. Now, there's no exact date. We will give that date as the time progresses. But now people who have heard of the Crazies, you know, Catch the Crazies. And if you haven't, go to catchthecraze.com, check it out, download the issues there. But the campaign is coming out for the 4th book. So we are already in that marketing mode. You know what I mean? Like, you know, The Adventures of Wonder Duck, you know, my crowdfunding campaign for that book will be in the spring. I haven't said when in the spring. I will say that in November when we do our live show, not the launch, but that Wednesday, I'll have a date. I'll release the date as to when that's actually going to happen. But again, it's months in advance. At this point, we've learned from our mistakes, right? We've launched things with a month, you know, like you said, like a month, and it did well for the first time. But I think that if we had more, you know, started promoting prior, we probably would have had even more success. The thing is, right, you want to be careful not to promote too far in advance where people forget about it. Like, 6 months ago, you told me the Kickstarter was coming out, but I totally forgot because it's been 6 months. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So that's why I think 3 months is a sweet spot for, like, you know, letting people know, hey, it's coming. But part of that too is promoting every freaking day. Like, it's just being in people's, you know, oh my God, another ad. I'm sorry. Like, for the next 30 days while the campaign is going, you're also going to get bombarded with, hey, have you pledged? Have you pledged? Have you pledged? You know what I mean? Until you actually kind of do. It's par for the course. I think you have to do it that way.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's just the biggest thing. It's like, you know, too far, and like the judge said, too far away, you know, you're just going to get lost in the shuffle. It has to be relevant. And the good thing about it is that there's always something happening, right? So we went from the Crazies to Forbidden, to Crazies, to Forbidden, to Forbidden, to Crazies, Wonder Duck, there's Nailed in My Toilet. You know, so there's a lot going on, and we're constantly talking about it, and we're constantly promoting to be relevant and stay fresh. And we're also talking on other shows to make sure we're relevant and fresh in your mind. And then hopefully you transfer from project to project with us. You know, we know that some people are not going to dig fantasy, or some people are not going to dig humor or sci-fi, but hopefully you dig us, and because of that, you want to support us. So, you know, but again, promote way in advance, especially with Kickstarter campaigns, and make sure you have that link, the landing page. If your landing page is not ready, you have a newsletter that people can sign up, collect those emails, send an email blast until your landing page is ready, and then get that out there and just keep promoting.
Yeah.
You know?
And I just want to give a big shout out to some of the shows that we've been able to get on, who have, you know, lended their I guess their streaming waves out to us. And, you know, Ruxplode Studios. Ruxplode does a great show. He's on YouTube. Check him out. Raging Cajun. The girls, they do a great job with their show. Nerds of the Round, of course. Sebastian, Tone, from Across the Hall and Law. Creators Outlet, who has been a big proponent. Will Pace, thank you very much for, you know, extending that and having us on the show. Daphne Lage, who also has a campaign, well, who just finished her campaign, but she has a YouTube channel. You know, we've been able to get on her show and do our thing on there. And if I left anyone out, I do apologize. But yeah, there are a lot of shows out there that you can definitely reach out to, and a lot of indie shows that will help you promote your stuff.
And
but you got to make sure that you do it with time.
And don't get discouraged when some of those indie podcasters don't call you back. You know, because for everyone that does not respond, and they say they support indies, but they just can't even respond to your email, there's always another one that'll respond to you. And if you want to promote, you have a home here on Catch the Craze. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share with a friend, because we are the true independence choice. And so come here. We got you. We promote you. There's nothing but love up here in the house of Craze.
That's right.
And, with
and
that,
before we even finish the segment, I did forget, Get in Tunes. Michael Grassi, can't forget him. Go ahead, Tim.
Ooh, that's not right. Anyway, so I see our guests are in the ready room. So now you want to promote your book? What a great way to promote your campaign 3 months out by sponsoring an episode of Catch the Craze. This is how.
Are you sitting at home wondering how you're going to spread the word about that Comic-Con that you're about to appear at, and you want to get some press? How about your first book signing? How do you spread the word so you can get an audience there? Or that first panel at a Comic-Con? Who do you talk to? Or even your first crowdfunding on Kickstarter or Indiegogo? The world is turning to podcasting to get the word out. Why not you? Sponsor an episode of Catch the Craze and start promoting yourself today.
All right, we're bringing our guest in. Okie dokie.
Hello.
Hello
Hey,
there.
what's going on, Lawrence? How are you?
Not much, man. How you doing?
All right, all right. Nice to hear you again. What's going on, Ben?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, good. Thank you guys for being on the show. Welcome back, everyone. We are here on Catch the Craze, and we are talking to Lawrence Colson and Ben Mills. They are, I guess they're representing Orthocracy Studios. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh God, I've been trying to practice. I couldn't get it. This is Sam Vera. I'm George Medina. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Let's talk a little bit about some books. But before we do that, why don't we tell people who you guys are? Lawrence, we'll start with you.
Sure. So I am the author of a series called In the Shadow of Prometheus. It's a science fantasy novel. I sent one out to George about a month ago now, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like a fun science fantasy adventure set in the near future utopia. And I'm also a co-founder of Orthocracy. We're an artist-based studio, 100% owned and operated by the artists and authors who belong to it. And basically, our mission is we're trying to sort of be an alternative in the publishing scene for people who want highly illustrated fiction, kind of in between your traditional illustrated fiction and like the graphic novel experience. So it's more illustrated than your traditional illustrated novel, but a little bit less than you would have for like a graphic novel, but then you get all the prose and stuff. So it's real comfy.
Yeah.
I was just showing some of your pages there while you were talking. So yeah, Ben, please, you're up.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm a little bit nervous. This is my first interview. I'm Ben. I'm a UK-based artist, blacksmith, and eccentric weirdo in like all the fun ways. You know, I am the art director and one of the founders of Orthocracy, and you know, my job is to basically art wrangle and help manage projects in the visual sense. I illustrated In the Shadow of Prometheus Volume 1, which was amazing and incredible experience. And
no, it's beautifully illustrated. I would tell you that, Ben. You did an amazing job with the book, and now I know you have Alphonse Worth on here, Colson. That is the pending, correct? I mean,
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Excellent job on the book, brother. You did an incredible job. The pacing on this book is incredible. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Oh, thank you.
I like the way you guys. But we'll talk about the book in a little bit. I am very much interested in what you guys are doing as far as Orthocracy goes. Tell us a little bit about the concept behind the studio and how you guys came together. Because Ben, are you in England right now? Are you in the UK?
I am.
Wow, I'm actually heading that way. I actually would have came back already by the time this airs, but I'm heading over there in a couple of weeks.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, it's a groovy place. It's currently tomorrow.
Wow.
It's fine.
Keeping you up.
It's my pleasure to stay up. This is like actually thrilling. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
But yeah, gosh, I mean, how did it start? I mean, there's Joe. Obviously, he unfortunately wasn't able to stay up this late to be on, but me and him went to school together, and we didn't see each other while we were at university. Ended up kind of reconnecting. I think it was he published his first book, and his mom was like, "I'm so proud of my boy" on Facebook, and he was like, "Please don't do that." Then we ended up, getting back in contact, talking about everything, and then we were like, "We've got loads of catching up to do, man." So we'd be over like once, twice a week, and we just sit in my garden talking about writing and stories, and it was like, it's like there hadn't been a gap of time. We were just talking about his first book, which was, I guess you describe it as a historical fantasy with kind of ghost story elements.
A little bit of a Dickensian vibe to it.
Yeah. Okay. And he started talking about the publishing experience he'd had, where he would take it to people and they'd go, "This is incredible. We love this. We've never seen anything like it. There's no market for ghost stories. We're not going to publish it." It's like, what do you mean there's no market for ghost? And I always say the same thing. It's like, Woman in Black was like 3 years ago, man. Did you sleep on that? Like, that was huge. So he was just frustrated at the idea of going, that's like saying there's no market for stories, because it's a unique, original book and what have you. So he thought, there's got to be a way to get this out there. And that led to, there's got to be a way to get everyone's work out there. And then we just slowly started talking about the ways we'd like to do that. We started talking about patronage, which is what they had in Victorian England, which is how I think Dickens actually wrote his books through patronage. And we thought, well, no one's doing that. Like, we've got Patreon and like Subscribestar and Ko-Fi and stuff, but there's no company operating like that. So it just led to that. And somewhere along the line, Lou, like, do you want because I always forget how this goes.
So in the Shadow of Prometheus, actually, originally I had a very similar experience where I had graduated from my I'd done a master's in philosophy over at the Yale Divinity School, and I had been looking for a publisher for my first philosophical novel, which was kind of my way of trying to do some of the stuff I had done in grad school, but for a popular audience. And I got very much the same reaction. This is amazing. We're so excited with what you're doing. We have no idea how to sell this. Because it was just very different than what was out there. And so I was like, okay, well, you know what? I know, there's this marketer up in Ithaca, New York, named Eliza Van Court, who's kind of like a force unto herself. And she and I got talking, and she helped me set up a self-publishing venue for the novel. And I guess, like, in an interview, we were just like looking at the early stats, and it looked like it was going to hit #1 on Amazon. So in an interview in the Twitter community, I mentioned why we thought that was going to be the case, and it caught on in the writers community. And then we did hit #1 on Amazon for about 5 or 6 days. And Joe, our CEO, saw that. And he just hit me up. He was like, "Hey, man, this looks really cool. I'd love to talk to you." And one thing led to another. 6 months of conversations later, and we made a company.
Yeah, I remember, like, back in the day, like, talking to this guy in America, he's really cool. Like, way back in the day. I remember when, I think we had our first group call, and you were very professional. We were like, there will come a point where we'll realize that we're just a bunch of dorks, and that, like, it's all good. it was a comfy time. It was wholesome.
Oh man, well listen, I met Al at the Northeast Comic Con. Collectible extravaganza. I walked by your table, and dude, the way you guys had the display was, I'll tell you this, it wasn't like this extravagant big display, but it was so like clean and like well put together that I was like, yeah, let me try this out. And at the time, you were taking pre-orders for the book. The book wasn't even at the table. Like what you had was just like, I think you had done a Kickstarter or something, or a crowdfunding campaign. Some of the books from the Kickstarter campaign. So I signed up, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I'm going to give him some money, and hopefully I get this book, right? I'm like, let's see what happens. And then when I got the book in the mail, dude, the packaging of this book, it came in a box. Okay. It came in like, and I'm talking about not just the box, it was branded. So talk to me about some of these ideas as far as how you guys are marketing these books and the branding and all of that stuff that goes into it. And I'll let you guys pick who speaks at this point, because I don't know.
Well, I'll say I totally get the reaction you had, because I didn't. Those were in the US before the branded boxes being produced here, and Lou came over for a bit back in August and brought some of the US stock with him in a bag. I just pull out like, look, we did this. This is amazing.
About 2/3 of our stock, or 2/3 of our customer base is in the US. So we've launched a little bit forward in the US from the UK. Even though we're a UK-based company, most of our people are in the UK. It just seems to have found a target audience out here a little bit sooner. We've been sort of focused on this market in the early stages of our development. But yeah, so, of course, in terms of like the way that we think about, the way that we've been thinking about like the publishing sphere, you have, Joe and I both actually had worked in the traditional publishing industry in our early 20s, and had sort of seen behind the scenes how everything was just kind of like, all right, we're going to cast a wide net, and we'll expect like 90% of them to fail, 5% of them to break even or get a small profit, and then the other 5% to pay the bills. And we were like, yeah, we super do not want to be that way. That's not a way to identify, like, to create a brand, right? So the way that we were thinking of it is like, okay, so we're geeks. So like, what do geeks love? We love to connect with a setting, with rich world building. And so what we started with was this idea that you create these rich worlds that we spend a lot of time just doing the groundwork for developing at a very high level. We work together. I mean, it's not just one person's brainchild. It's the whole of us working together to say, like, how do we make this as good as possible? So it kind of echoes more of what you see in like successful brands in entertainment, like Marvel, or the way that you get storytelling done in the TV world, where you have like writers' rooms with teams of people working together. It seemed to gel together really well. And honestly, I mean, these things are kind of organic, and they grow over time the way that they need to. But that was kind of like the vision that we had. And in the early days, how we were thinking about the brand. We just wanted people to look at these worlds and say, like, okay, one's science fantasy, one's steampunk, but there's a common thread here, which is a really dedicated approach to world building, and just like a lot of good fun, but also high concept. We want people to feel like they got something out of the read more than just a distraction.
Yeah. New worlds await. I love the tagline.
Oh, thanks, man.
Studios, new worlds await. So yeah, it definitely takes you into a world. Now, how many titles are you guys currently publishing?
Yeah, so by the end of this year, we'll have our second title out, Ruin. We have another Kickstarter that we're going to be doing. I think, Ben, is it October 13th?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. So we have another Kickstarter. You guys are the first to hear about it, because it's like literally we're announcing it this next week.
Right.
So it's called Somo, and it's based in South African mythology. We have this South African artist, Brandon Ellis.
He's the artist who did the painted header images for each chapter in Shadow Prometheus.
Like at the start of each chapter.
Mm.
And he's also the lead illustrator for Ruin. the steampunk fantasy.
He's fantastic. He's
really extraordinary. But we'll be doing a Kickstarter in about 3 weeks or so, looking at South African mythology, same sort of thing that we do with our books, but just really focused on sharing lore that people may or may not have heard about. South Africa is not a place where you have a lot of highly publicized mythology that is available in the US and the UK. So we saw it as a real opportunity. And then we've got 3 or 4 unannounced titles for next year, beyond the ones that we already are developing for. And it's all serialized, right? So like Prometheus and Ruin are going to have their second volumes coming within a year.
Gotcha. Yeah. So big surprise for you guys. This episode is going to be airing October 22nd. So you guys would be right in the middle of this Kickstarter. So make sure everybody who's watching this show right now, go to the Kickstarter. What would be the Kickstarter? Would it be SOMO? Is that
yeah, what? So it would be TSOMO. And we'll be posting about it on all of our socials. So on our Facebook, Instagram, keep an eye out for it, because you'll probably see it posted around socials.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and people can go and pledge right now, because we're recording it in the past.
Yeah.
But when this airs, they can literally go right now to TSOMO, right, SOMO.
Yeah.
And pledge to the Kickstarter campaign right now. So that's awesome. I'm kind of happy that this worked out this way.
Yeah. So link is in the summary, and just leave a comment below if you actually pledged today from watching this video.
Yeah, no, for sure, guys, for sure. So this sounds like you have a lot going on in the next few, before the end of the year, trying to do that. How are things? Well, what's the market looking like in the UK, Ben? What are we seeing out there as far as the reception for some of these books?
Good question. I mean, most of the people who have, obviously, because we've the main stock has been in the US so far. The only people I've heard from are people who were backers and friends of mine, but it's been unilaterally people just going, this is extremely cool. People going, why aren't books like this already? And we're like, stop. It's been very humbling actually. Yeah, just seeing the response to things, and
Awesome.
I'm extremely excited to start hitting up the convention scene in the UK, because me and Joe are going to be handling that once that starts to become a thing again.
Oh man, that's exciting stuff right there.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this, Al. As far as the book, In the Shadows of Prometheus, okay, the presentation of the book itself is incredible. It came with a reader's guide. Okay, you send in the Shadow of Prometheus reader's guide. Tell me a little bit about not just the book, but the concept behind having a reader's guide added to the book itself. Tell me where that whole concept and that whole idea came from.
Sure. So, circling back to the whole we're geeks thing, we're also very much, gamers. And are influenced by our experience in growing up with alongside the gaming industry, really. And one thing that was a constant for my childhood and young adult years was buying the physical copies of the games, right? And then you'd open up the game, the box, and on the right you'd have the disc. And then on the left, you'd have a manual. And the manual oftentimes, it would tell you how to play the game, but it would also give you a lot of stuff about like the lore and the characters, and just be this like really rich surface level overview of what you could expect in that setting.
I think about the Halo 1 booklet all the time.
Yeah.
It was such a wonderful thing. You're just like, this is what awaits on the disc. And it's like,
Yeah.
exciting.
And so we were definitely inspired by that. And then also, just on a more practical level, I don't know, if you've ever had a book that you really like and you have friends who like see it because it's your coffee table book or something, right? And like, what's that about? It's fun the first time that you have to explain what the book is about, but by like the dozenth time, you're probably like, oh man, I don't know, just read the back cover, man. But like the reader's guide, I think, is a really fun and fresh way to make it an experience, right? And just present the book as entrenched in this setting that is more than just the prose in the book.
Right. No, and see that, and that's what I liked about the reader's guide, right? Is that it's kind of some of the stuff that I don't have in the book is in this book. So like, you have a title called the Ethocratic Republic of Earths, and the breakdown as to what that entails, and then you have the mega cities of Earth, and you have a description of Prague and the golden age of the Ethocratic Republic. Like, so it goes in depth into some of the stuff that maybe you won't be able to put in the book because it would get, I guess it would get too, it would get too confusing. I think it just breaks it down, and then you add to it these beautiful images on the pages, and you're like, holy crap! Like, this is almost like they can make a movie right off of this thing right here. Like, some of these pages are incredible. I mean,
thank you, man. That's very kind of you to say.
The amount of time and effort that you guys put into this. I mean, the artist is amazing. Is this is the artist from Zomo, the one that you were talking about? Is that his art?
Yeah. Oh, that's Brendan Ellis.
It is incredible, man. I really, like I said, I really enjoyed it. But tell us a little bit about the book. I'll let you tell us what the book is about and things like that.
Yeah, sure. So the book is set in the near future, so in the early 24th century. And basically the background of what's happening is that in the latter years of the previous century, all of the world governments just kind of like collapse. And so you have, for a generation, just like a lot of chaos, because people are trying to figure out like, how do we live in this environment? And then from out of the ashes of all of that, the world's universities come together and they make a new system of government. And that's called the Ethocratic Republic of Earth, right? And so you've got, the basic premise of what the Ethocracy is that you elect from a pool of experts on the subject that they're supposed to legislate about, right? So you elect environmentalists to draft legislation about the environment, and economists about the economy, et cetera. Right? I mean, pretty straightforward, makes sense. But then you have another group that is similar, but they're more about moral philosophy and ethics, and their job is to make sure that the legislation that comes out of the new Ethocracy is above board and will contribute to the flourishing of humankind. And it is a science fantasy novel, so there's also kind of a fantastical element of them wearing these like Iron Man super suits and fighting the big bads of the Machiavellian insurgency, which is trying to bring things back to the old like nation state model. But ultimately the story focuses in on this one girl. Her name is Onia Nagonye. She's the youngest vanguard to ever be elected. And it follows her as she tries to push back against this insurgency that's trying to take down the new government.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Like I said, it's beautifully crafted and written. And Ben, you did the artwork on the interior pages.
I did, yeah.
Oh, man, this is beautiful stuff too, man. This is your cover, the girl on the cover. That's you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I mean, you guys have done an incredible job. And this isn't like a small book. This is what do we got here? I remember this is about 14 pages. So it's a nice sized book. Now, do all books come with the reader's guide, or is that something that I just got lucky with?
No, they all come with the reader's guide and print.
Yes, the print is also gorgeous. It fits right inside the book. Guys, I mean, listen, I wish I had more time to just talk about the book and all this stuff, but you guys are doing some incredible stuff. Where can people find you guys as far as if they want to pick up books or even maybe contact you to do you guys are, and this I'll ask you this, are you guys currently just looking for people to publish through you guys, or is that not open yet to the
So we tend to be more oriented towards direct referrals rather than open apps, just because of the amount of labor involved with that process, and that we're a tiny studio. But you're always welcome to reach out to us. Our email is hello@authocracy.com. And yeah, please reach out to us. You can also find us, I mean, just a quick search of Authocracy on any social platform will bring you to our page. And we love to hear from people, so please do reach out.
Yeah, you guys are doing a beautiful work. I mean, the website is amazing, authocracy.com, for those watching and listening. Make sure you go there, and you guys are all obviously on all the social media channels, so you guys can definitely find them there. Al, Ben, you guys have been amazing. Ben, you did great for your first interview, man.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, you're like a natural. Al,
because we got such a good host. Come on.
There you go. Thank you. Al, whenever you guys are doing any shows or anything like that, we'll link up on the social networks, and then maybe I can get together with you guys again. It was great meeting you in person and now talking to you on the show. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man. Take care.
Yeah, no,
hey, guys.
and we'll stay in touch. You'll definitely
absolutely.
you guys back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. All right. Hey,
you too.
Ben, get some sleep, man.
Yeah, well, I need that.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, take care. Wow, from the UK.
From the UK. That's pretty dope. This time I didn't remove George. Yeah.
Dude,
so I apologize for not engaging with our guests. I let George take the helm, but I was working on some responding to some newsletters and stuff like that. So got some new subscribers. That is pretty sweet. The art is crazy.
Dude, this artwork is insane, man. The
artwork is sick.
The whole packaging.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, indies, these guys are like elevating the game. They come to play. I mean, they're not messing around.
No, man. No. It is a very, very good, very deep story, bro. Like, yes. I was like, holy cow! Like, this thing is deep. It was a fun read. But yeah, Authocracy, very, very good. The studio is amazing. Their packaging. I'm telling you, this thing came in a box, and I was like, holy cow! What the heck did I just order?
What the hell?
But very affordable. It was like maybe $15-$20, something like that. So yeah, give them a shot. Go to their website, check them out, order some books. If you're into sci-fi, this is definitely the book for you. So definitely check them out, and go to their Kickstarter right now for their new book, Somo, TSOMO. Just search that on in Kickstarter and go pledge to their Kickstarter today.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great talking to them.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I love having a lot of different talent on the show. It brings a new perspective onto things. And we've been, while we have some repeats this year, the great thing is that we keep getting more and more talent. And the independent world is just filled with them. So, these guys are monsters. Monsters.
Yeah, they're incredible. Are you on their website?
No, right now, no.
They're off the hook, bro. They really are off the hook. But thank you guys for coming on the show. Can't wait to see how far you guys go by the end of the year. How far we are right now. Hopefully, you've already funded your campaign and you're working on stretch goals. That is the hope. I don't know what will happen because we're in the past. Better
to work on the stretch goals than stretch marks. That's what I say.
Wow. Yes, indeed. Yes. All right. Wow. Don't forget, next week we will be launching. Not next week. Is it next week? I guess it is, right?
Yeah, it's a week from now.
Next week is the 29th, and then the week, that Monday, the 1st.
Monday the 1st.
Forbidden launches again.
Forbidden
Week, November 1st. And throughout the week, we will be talking Forbidden, all things Forbidden. make sure you check us out and
Yes.
pledge to
Launching
the campaign. Go
on-
follow it now, right? Right, Sam? They can follow it
Yeah,
now.
the landing page is out there now. It's on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, homie. Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Who does that? Who you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Who do you think you are? Yo, he crazy, right? So I'm excited about it. It's the first collected edition of Forbidden. The graphic novel, volume 1. Again, it's 75 pages of story and art, and an additional bonus pages. It's going to be a 100-page graphic novel with world building, story, character development, concept art, script notes, all that stuff.
Damn, it's gonna be jam packed with goodies.
Jam
So
on
you
it.
definitely don't
Jam
wanna miss
on it.
out. Definitely don't wanna
Jam
miss out.
on
So
it.
go to the landing page, go to the launch page, sign up,
Link is below.
and so that you get that notification when it goes live at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
November 1st.
Yeah, November 1st. And if you haven't done so already, what should they be doing right now?
Right now, they should be subscribing, but I don't know where you're going with that because
That's what I was talking about. They should be subscribing, sharing, liking, thumbs up. Come on, Jorge.
come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Come
Now,
on,
please
Jorge.
Subscribe. Hit the bell so that you get those alerts when we go. When the show comes up, we have a show every Friday. Sammy's doing his thing with the what is it? The Crazy 10 or less.
Crazy 10 or less is active, man. We're getting a lot of
Whoa,
participation and feedback.
He's had some interesting
Touching nerves. Touching
Yeah,
nerves.
he's had some interesting topics on there. You
Hot
guys definitely wanna
topics.
check it out. Check that out. What's in the box is coming back
What's
soon.
in the box? You got a book you want in the box? Let me know. I'll open the
That's
box
it.
just for
That's
you.
it. And then don't forget that we also have our live shows from time to time.
Yes,
to
time
support our
after
fellow
time.
indies when they have their
When
Kickstarter.
you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. Yeah. We be doing our thing. We're doing
That's
our
right.
things here.
That's
Yeah, it's
right.
exciting.
That's right.
These lights are bright. I got all these lights and shit. Oh, excuse my language. There it is. Even better. Look at that. That's better. Yeah, I got to see the pinkish stuff. But
Pink stuff.
yo, I'm getting that. When you see the dude that goes to the beach and he takes off his shirt and he has his forearms are tan, but the rest of his body's white, and his neck is tan and his face and the rest of his body's white, right? Because that's me, because I'm always in my yard and I'm starting to get dark in my arms. But so if I take off my shirt, I'm gonna look like patches.
You're getting them farmer tans.
Yeah, I'm like, oh hell no! So I gotta go out there.
topless.
I gotta go out there and be my sassy self. Like, hey, how you doing? Right?
boy.
But yeah. I've been working out, hitting the weights. I gotta get my girlish figure back, bro. Gotta get rid of the jelly. I don't think they're ready for this jelly, so I gotta get rid of the jelly around my belly and get some muscle in that hustle. So yeah, it's good fun.
Oh man, listen, if you guys are still watching us after all of that nonsense,
Yeah.
please subscribe. Go to Webtoons and check out my Russ 5377 book that's on there. And we're gonna have some more stuff coming in the next few months. Forbidden is next week or a week and a half, or
Yeah.
whatever, November 1st. Make
Yeah.
sure you are watching the show because you definitely want to get in on the stuff that we have for Forbidden.
Yeah.
And then early next year, we're gonna have the crazies. Catch the Crazies number 4 is coming. Wonder Duck is coming. There's an alien in my toilet. Duty is coming. So we have some stuff coming down the pike. So make sure
Yeah.
you're on board. So please subscribe to the channel and follow us on all our social networks.
Yes, follow us
all I
on
got.
all our social networks, and we appreciate you. We're growing. We're slowly growing. Hopefully at this time we're more than last time. But last time we were at 417 or 4. Is it? Is it before? No, was it?
17? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 417. So
417.
this time hopefully we're at 450. We're trying to get monetized. Can we get to 500 before the end of October? We could do it with you. And if you're an independent and you've been on our show and you haven't subscribed, hook a brother up, subscribe, and tell your people that follow you to subscribe as well. So we appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera,
George the Dreamer Medina.
and we are.
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking?
You are listening to
How he
Catch
described me?
the
He
Craze.
said, I'm the...
You're
What?
listening to Catch the Craze.
You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Listening to Catch the Craze.
You are listening to Catch the Craze on Catch the Craze.
You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl,